Aqib Talib said that if the reports came out that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's phone conversation did not go well, he completely understood because he's been a part of those conversations as well. I would assume what you were referring to right there is expecting people not to take top dollar because they're a good team and utilizing Tom as an excuse was something that happened across the board. Am I accurate in saying that? Or was that a conversation that you had with them? They were like, hey, Aqib Talib said that Bill Belichick told him, if you want a lot of money, go somewhere else. If you want to win and play good football, we got a spot for you here. Is that kind of how the Patriots dynasty negotiated for a long time?
I mean, I've had negotiations and sat down with Bill face to face, and it's a very difficult type situation because Bill is the best at everything that he does. He's the best at contracts. He's the best at coaching. He's the best at situations and being prepared. So the worst thing you can do is set up a time with Bill, because then he knows I got all this, I got this, and this. I got ammo. I'm not gonna let this guy win in this conversation or win in this discussion. So you try and tell them all the reasons why you should make a certain amount of money, and then his response comes back to, well, you're older, every reason why you shouldn't. So Tom's last post, I think, is accurate with what he said. In the NFL or in football, he's learned that you're only as good as what you're about to do, and nothing in the past matters, because that's really what the Patriot motto is. What have you done for me lately? It's not what have you done for me last year. It's what will you do for me next year. And it's a very cutthroat. I mean, the NFL is cutthroat. You know that. You've been in it. You've seen it. There's guys, they tell them get out there and practice, and then they cut them the same day. It's just the way the NFL is. It's very business, cutthroat. So I think Tom probably heard that a bunch. Like, hey, we don't know where you're at because your age and the last year, we don't know your trajectory of where you're going. So I'm sure he was just like, okay, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go to the team that wants me the most. And Keeb's right. It's the Patriots. They win, and they've been the best for a long time. 20 years of, think about this. 2008 was the last time that they didn't win a division. Like 2008. That's
so
insane.
Long ago.
It's insane. So if you look good, buddy. You look good.
Hey. Tell him he's a depreciating value as we speak. You should Bill Belichick your son.
So, I mean, Bill, the one thing about, playing for Bill, you respect everything that he stands for and everything that he has done in the game. Like, you respect that, because he is a brilliant football coach. But, sometimes you have to separate yourself, the personal relationship and your feelings of what you've committed to the team and what you've done for the team with their process of thinking on contracts, because they don't care about, the last 20 years of what Tom's done for them. Even though he's made the Patriots billions of dollars, they really don't care about that. They're just focused on next year, the next contract, how to get the next Tom Brady in the building. Like, football teams don't think of you as that valuable when they could just say, hey, well, we went and got you in the 7th round. Maybe we can go get another guy in the 7th round.
And you're a piece of gum, right? As soon as they think your flavor has worn out, there's a new piece of gum. There's people dying to get into the NFL. That is their mindset. And it's insane to think, though, that the greatest of all time was having those conversations where they were like I try to compare it to my friends, or I tried to explain to my friends how, like, whenever you're young in the NFL, you don't understand it's a business until your first negotiation, where in Pawn Stars, the piece that is on the table that Rick is trying to rob the other person of, that is you are that thing that's being talked about. Well, you're going to sit on the shelf. It's a niche market. There's some dings on it. You've had 3 surgeries. How many really teams are going to pay more than this at your position? I mean, it's a very wild world whenever you become the thing that's being just torn down to pieces so that they can pay you less. And then when you sign, it's like, so thankful to have you back. Like, it's great. And you're supposed to just compartmentalize that and make that disappear and just be like, oh yeah, none of those things happen. Now I'm just excited to be here. Let's play ball. That's a crazy thing. That's the NFL, and that's professional sports, though, as a whole.
They try to have you understand that all your faults, they try to make you understand your faults to where you realize that the contract that's being offered is legitimate. And, like for me early in my career, they're like, well, you're not a defensive end. You're not like a linebacker. You're kind of like in between. So we don't really see any need like any other teams with like a position that fits you like that. So this is obviously the best fit, and then that year you play just straight 4-3 D end and you're like just a D end, it's crazy how things happen. For me, you can't look back. You got to just look forward. But, if I was born in 94 and not 84 and I was 26 right now, these dudes are getting paid.